This keyboard for iPad cost 80 euros, which is 5 times cheaper than the original. But does that mean it's 5 times worse, or that you can save some money? I'm here to answer those questions. Apple is known for its quality, ecosystem and price, and there will always be debates about the price. However, once you're in this slave ecosystem and you need an accessory, be prepared to pay a lot. For example, I have an iPad Air 4, which now I use for writing scripts, as my best ideas come to me before I go to sleep, and the tablet is always next to my bed. So, a keyboard would be a good option for me. But on the other hand, I'm not ready to pay 400 euros just for a keyboard, which is half of the price of the iPad. Browsing AliExpress, I quickly found an alternative for 80 euros, so I definitely had to try it. Moreover, for this price you get a wireless mouse that can work via Bluetooth and USB receiver, and the cables, micro USB for mouse and Type-C for the keyboard, a stylus, screen protector, and the keyboard with a keys cover. You can connect it once by pressing Options plus B on a keyboard, and then it will be available on a device list. Create a pair, and voila! It has a battery, so you'll have one more device on the list to charge. The battery indicator is displayed on a small screen, and I still have 45% left out of 85 when I unpacked it, and it was more than a month ago, so yeah, it has a great battery life. Touchpad is the only downside to this keyboard. It's not just average, it's horrible. Obviously, it has nothing in common with the MacBook trackpad, but even with a regular Windows touchpad. Firstly, there is significant delay when moving the cursor. Secondly, you cannot move the cursor with one finger and use the left click with another, because that's how the right click works here. That means, if you want to point to an element and click on it, you must remove your finger and then click separately in the lower left corner. It's incredibly inconvenient and really hard to get used to. And as soon as you need to point the cursor to a small icon and click on it, it turns into some kind of quest. Selecting text elements becomes a high-level quest, and the rather loud clicks of the touchpad will remind you of your insignificance before such a simple task. However, the keyboard is made of an excellent materials that feels good to the touch. There are no characteristic chemical smells, which exceeded all my expectations. The keyboard is sturdy and doesn't bend much under the pressure. Now my tablet is almost always in it, and I stopped using my old case, also from AliExpress. While working with text, I noticed that some key combination doesn't work, possibly due to a limit of simultaneously pressed keys. For example, when I move the cursor left or right, with the Option key pressed, I can jump over the entire word, and with the Shift key, I can select characters. But when I try to combine these functions, nothing happens. Most people probably won't use this feature, but it might be important to someone. The keyboard has backlit keys that you can turn on by pressing Options plus tilde key, with 3 levels of brightness. And the symbols of primary and secondary languages are illuminated similarly and providing good visibility at night. It's time to summarize. I don't have the original keyboard to compare them side by side. I know that the touchpad and other features are more convenient there, but it won't change my decision to buy a keyboard case for almost 400 euros, at least for now. The AliExpress version fully covers my needs. Since I got this keyboard, I have been using my iPad more often. Now I can take it with me on walks, work there on my scripts, and watch video in the kitchen is more convenient. But it's good as long as you don't need a touchpad. For me personally, this round was won by AliExpress. But what do you think? And if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I read every comment. See you later!